Escape From Duckov is a solo extraction shooter where you play as a duck trying to get off a dying planet. I will walk you through everything worth knowing, what the game is, how it plays, what changed since launch, and also their rough edges, so you can figure out yourself if it's worth picking up. The whole concept is basically Tarkov but with ducks, and it works way better than it has any right to. What makes it stand out is that it's actually pretty chill to play, despite being rough at times. You have your own little base, you talk to friendly duck NPCs, you fish, and then you head out and shoot other ducks. The game is single player only, so no sweaty humans to deal with, just AI. You begin this with a plain duck, almost nothing in your pockets, and a bunker that is mostly empty. You go out into one of the maps, grab whatever loot you can carry, try not to die, and return home to dump everything into storage. If you die out there, you lose whatever was in your bag. Then you use your materials to build workbenches, gyms, weapon shops, medic stations, and so on. Each new building brings a duck NPC who moves in and hands you quests. One's a fitness coach who wants eggs and cigarettes, another sells guns, another fixes armor. The game has 5 main maps: Ground Zero, Warehouse, Farm Town, J-Lab, and the Storm Era, plus a winter map called Lab Era 37 that got added later on. Each map has its own keys to hunt down, its own bosses with unique weapon drops, and extraction points you have to reach before dying. The night time is dangerous, because these spider bots roam around, and storms roll in that will kill you without the right suit or injector. You have to plan around the clock. The bosses each want different gear to beat. Some need fire resistance, some need poison, some turn invisible, and you need thermal goggles to spot them. There's a progression where you collect colored keycards to reach deeper parts of J-Lab, which unlocks the Storm Area, which leads to the final bosses. The game has 4 endings depending on what you do with the ship. A full run takes around 50 hours. There are other things you can do, like fishing, arcade minigames you can play in your base, skill trees you upgrade using materials, and a feather sacrifice system that gives you totems with passive buffs. You can also craft your own ammo, dismantle gear for parts, and register keys, so you don't have to drag them on every raid. The game has mod support through Steam Workshop, though the developers recently had to ban some authors for shipping bad mods that broke save files, so they have tightened the rules significantly there. Since launch, the game got a bunch of additions. A winter challenge map came in with a cold mechanic, then a full winter map called Lab Era 37 followed later on. The devs added new paths between existing eras, so moving between J-Lab, the Storm Era, and Ground Zero is smoother now. The big 2.0 update piled on dozens of new quests, a rideable horse, attachments that change how your gun looks, and a pile of new base furniture, like a 3D printer, display cabinets, a weapon rack, and a green screen. You can swap wallpapers and decorations in your bunker too. Some bosses now spawn way more reliably. J-Lab crates hold more loot, and quests that used to give you nothing finally reward you. There is also a rage difficulty now, if you want pain. Enemies hit much harder, but also have way less health. So they are glass cannons. Anything you lose is gone for good with no retrieval mission, and fractures and open wounds become real problems that need specific medical items. It's harsh, but the loot seems to drop better gear early to make up for it. Now there are some downsides. The quest list, for example, can feel heavy, since more keep piling on faster than you can finish them, and some boss killing quests rely on whether the boss decides to spawn this run, which can waste your time. Certain items like the military handheld radio can also take forever to drop. But overall, this is a lot of game for the money, and the progression from your first desperate raid to flying away on your own ship feels earned. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.